Let's see if it goes live. It did. All right.
They're still advertising Quiff drafts for Neon Dynasty.
Yeah.
That was a funner format than Dominaria was.
The Dominaria was like, God. So, a few streams ago, somebody asked like, "Hey, how'd you feel about like limited this year?" And like, there was like Neon Dynasty, Dominaria, nothing.
I knew you
And then
soured
every
on
other-
you
New Cap-
soured on New Cap pretty
New Cap,
quickly.
yeah, well, New Cap, like,
It clearly
yeah.
was unbalanced. I still enjoyed New Cap quite a bit.
I had fun
even
playing the
though
unbalanced deck. It was just that was clearly the best thing to do.
I played a lot of Jund in that, and did all right. I did
played-
all right.
I played a lot of Jund and lost.
Yeah.
I played a lot of I played a number of Rakdos decks that looked. I was like, yeah, this is like a good Rakdos deck. 1-3, 1-3. Let's go.
The good Jund decks were the Gruul decks splashing black.
Yeah.
But now we've got Brothers War starring Mishra. Now I called him a Tool fan. Is he more of a Tool fan or a Nine Inch Nails fan?
He looks closer to Trent anyway. Like
he does look a little bit like Trent. Whereas we were trying to figure out what Urza looks like. I think what I nailed him as is he is a character from Riven, the sequel to Myst.
He's asking for pages. No, he's the
he's
grandpa.
stuck in a book.
He's the grandpa downstairs.
Hi, Kaz.
Hey,
Hello.
you don't mind if I
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we got the trip brain back together.
I saw y'all in, and I'm like, oh, are they gonna do magic?
We're gonna do
It's
magic.
magic time. Yeah, we were talking about old limited formats and Urza.
Riven, the sequel to Myst.
Riven, the sequel to Myst.
Oh no.
Which, like, I mean, if you think about it, Riven, the sequel to Myst, and like, and Myst do have like some similar technological vibes.
Ooh.
Riven's more specifically than Myst. Myst only has like the stone ship a little bit, and like the main island. But anyway,
I barely remember Myst. All I remember is the guys in the books.
there's the two guys in the book and the grandpa downstairs.
The most I know about either game is watching a GDQ where it was speed run.
Which teaches you so many things.
Oh yeah, it's just
anyway. What at the end of it, it would be better if we would have just put both these brothers in books. We probably would have better resolution to the Brothers War if we just threw them both in books.
Like keep Mishra from going to Phyrexia.
Actually,
keep Urza with his head attached.
that sounds worse. Actually, I like Urza as a floating head. I think that's his ideal form.
I do like Urza as a floating head.
All right, so
that's why we like Pelinal Whitestrake.
Oh no, they put stickers in Arena.
I always have to check what's in here.
Sometimes there's free money.
There was a day where it was like 100% off stuff, and yeah, there's a GG. They like throwing their stickers. Anyway, I did change my profile because Oko was on sale, so
I want that twink obliterated.
I was an elephant for like a year. Now it's Oko days. Anyway, let's
I know nothing about this draft format. I'll have to evaluate cards as I see them.
All right.
I'm vaguely aware of most of the cards in the set, but I was analyzing the set as like
you got your color pair synergies. You got Powerstones.
Bad fixing.
They can tap for more than you think.
Yes. Fixing, like if you're used to Dominaria, the fixing is way worse. Like you can't do Dominaria level nonsense.
Yeah,
I like that
jeez.
they've got tetrahedrons out there. Those are anti-tank things. Although it looks like
Oh yeah,
Zendikar.
yeah. Like these. No, I'm looking like like these tiny these six-sided things that
How
would be like made of
I think
cotton.
those are called
Well, I
tetrapods.
think of those as the
how
things
good
you
are
throw.
like anti-tank technology against like a walking colossus? Like
That's why
everything walks.
that's why Gundam invented Gundams, Kaz.
Okay.
So you got Gixian Puppeteer, 4/3, second card. I don't believe in the second card tribal. I didn't see any like good common.
It's in blue black, and like you can incidentally find it all over the place with like a
Yeah.
bunch of brown artifacts that draw a card incidentally.
Ashnod's Altar is
Ugh.
pretty busted.
I see this figure. I also see Emergency Weld is one of the best recursion pieces in a while.
It's a grave digger.
Yeah, I mean,
But
yeah,
I actually do like this puppeteer.
raised head with a little body attach is really nice.
Just-
And yeah, I
okay,
mean,
good.
this is a
Well, if you
rare
look-
and it's pretty powerful. So.
If you just look at this guy, he's piloted Shredder.
Yeah, I think of this as a recursion piece that might drain 2 once in a game. Because like maybe we have a looter, maybe we have a draw spell, maybe we have something like that.
I am a
or-
little bit excited about Ashnod's Altar, though. That is like the best sack outlet of all time. But
It's true.
let's trust in piloted Shredder.
Oh well,
Let's go for the throat.
the card is still playable in this format. Obviously,
Still.
Yeah, like I mean, there's Suchi thing as a representation of how disgustingly huge the
Big.
brown monsters can be. Ward 4. Ugh.
Okay,
Yeah.
how do you say the word of the green-white uncommon in this pack? Because I heard
I've always
people
said-
saying it.
I've always said Yoshin.
That is
but
also what I've always said. I've heard people
I've heard
saying
people say
Yodian, and I'm like, what?
Yodian. That's
What
like-
is Yodian? It's Yoda.
Yoda. They put Yoda,
like-
baby Yoda, in the
I
robot.
wonder if there is a real pronunciation guide. I feel like Magic the Gathering needs pronunciation guides.
They do.
That was something I was really happy they put out with the most recent Netrunner release, was a pronunciation guide on a number of bits, which I also felt bad that a number of folks like flat ignored it.
Wait, is that Sigil of Valor? Okay, I thought that was Sigil of Distinction. and I
Nah,
was like,
Sigil
what?
Valor is
Yeah.
exalted. Your team gains exalted.
All right. I was thinking,
Okay.
oh, is this Momir?
Tactician, which is 2 colors.
You're in,
from
yeah, if you're in Soldiers.
This is the-
Iconoclast, which is a modern playable card.
Yep. Airlift Chaplain, which is really strong. Someone who didn't play Limited and Mirrored and Besiege, how good was Go for the Throat in that? Worse
In fact,
than,
creatures tended not to be artifacts.
worse
but
than in this format, but like still playable, because sometimes you had to kill like a legitimate creature threat, but it was like less so.
I could pick up that Evolving Wilds.
I had
The
done-
War Plow is also pretty okay.
Yeah, Warplow, Chaplain, and Evolving Wilds, and my voice is gone. What the fuck?
Well, that's why you have us here.
That's why you have us.
Um,
I like Thraxademon because it's a old
Thraxademon's
reference.
cute, but-
It's a reference to
I'm gonna go with
Defile
I like
Artifact or
Airlift
whatever.
Chaplain because then we could pick Disenchant and not feel bad. And with between Disenchant and Go for the Throat, you're perfectly covered.
What does that artifact do?
this is
Transmigrant Altar.
so Transmigrant Altar here is like a odd sack outlet that is either like a fake Ashnod's Altar, but more realistically, this is something you use on like either a recursive body or an unearthed body to like make
Yeah. Or there's also like really good. There's that really good blue spell that like locks something down. It's right there, Weakstone Subjugation.
yes.
And so you can like sack a
Yeah.
creature that's already killed.
I'm looking
I
at
feel like that's a card I've played before that had like tap, sack a creature, make a 2/2. I don't remember what it was though.
I don't hate the altar here as something to do with like recursion pieces. Also, I'm not super impressed. Like Gix's Caress isn't a lot. Moment of Defiance is an okay trick. The body was the best card in there. There we go. Rager.
Scrapwork Rager.
This thing rules.
So
I
you know,
love
talking
this
about
creature.
talking about ways to make the draw 2 work. Like Rager does it obviously just free and unearthed, so do it twice.
And they finally had to they printed Phyrexian Rager, and then they said, "What if we Rager on your Rager?" Man, Phyrexian Rager has been in so many sets in a row, basically. Like the guy, because you had the Angel, and then you had
Yeah.
Phyrexian Ranger, and I have this guy.
Airlift Chaplain again, fine card. This is another one. So white black has the sub theme of 3 mana or less creature recursion. Also, Blanchwood Armor, just as a
Blanchwood Armor was one of the cards of my childhood. As a young'un, I would put Blanchwood Armor on Thorn Elemental.
Disciples of Gix is buried alive 3 artifacts, which like you're meant to throw down.
There's so much better things to do with your mana.
Bonesaw.
I'm here for Scrap Work Cohort. So
Scrap Work Cohort is pretty cool.
There is
Deadly Riposte kind of works.
So yeah, the more I've played this format, the lower my opinion on this card has gotten. Like I keep having games where it's like, wow, Deadly Riposte sitting in my hand, Deadly Riposte sitting in my hand, I never cast it. Or like,
I mean, you need to have an enemy flyer to take out.
That's basically medic, a lot of blue and white.
What is that?
Excavation? What does that even do?
So
target permanent control. Okay.
And if it has Unearth, it like does it the way that gives you the card back. So if you have like 7 mana, you can go ahead and like Rager, attack, bounce it, put it in hand, which is like this sort of like resource loop, but it's so expensive.
You need to be pretty Powerstone rich, I think.
I think you would want with that is that Combat Thresher, just to like repeatedly.
I'm gonna take Wing Commando here because blue is looking a little open in case.
There's a 5 mana 3/4 flyer.
That's good. We also have
a Gigamole.
This one's really nice. It's a Gravedigger or a 3/4. That body is just big enough to be like controlling the ground.
And with all the like Unearth, and there's some other like happy to interact with graveyard kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like you pretty regularly draw a card off of
Gigamole. Not to say that Cavalry is not good. Cavalry is quite strong. I'd be.
I wish the Gigamole actually drew the card, but he doesn't.
Yeah, it's like
he sort of does.
I mean, like literally the word draw.
The word draw a card.
Oh, because then for. Anyway, easy.
Emergency Weld. Amulet.
No, that's not the one you want.
This card is quite the big thing.
Emergency
with this card
Weld is good.
That makes Emergency Weld strong too is that it, obviously it's a body, a tiny Gravedigger, but also it can grab artifacts back, which sometimes is a turning point. I'll take another Emergency Weld. That's about as many as I want, but okay.
Well, we got the Maul back. Warplow, I mean.
Yeah, Warplow is super strong because, like, in a deck like this, it works well as, like, I can play it early, trade off, and then,
with the amount of Gravediggers that we have, then spending 2 mana on a Death Touch guy is pretty cool. That Moment of Defiance, is that lifeline? Okay, I was hoping this was
a way to draw an extra card.
I was hoping this was the combat trick they print in black these days.
Yeah,
the one where it's like gains Death Touch and indestructible.
I still like having one copy. I should have. I guess I should have picked the body, knowing that I want one of this.
Yeah, that pack was largely empty.
Yeah, we frequently get down to these cards don't matter.
Okay. Well,
Gix's Command. Okay, choose 2.
That's gotta be good, right?
I've played with this already once. It's wild. So
+2/+2 lifelink. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Double Grave Dig. Each creature and then Crackling Doom.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So like if you need to wipe, you can wipe low plus Crackle Doom. If you need to be like you can wipe low and pick up the creatures you lost. You can push with +2/+2 lifelink and like kill their best. The flexibility on this one is really goddamn strong.
Sorry, Disenchant.
Yeah, Disenchant, Recruitment Officer, Weakstone Subjugation. That's about what we're looking at in here. But Gix's Command is like.
I'm still sad that's not Sigil of Distinction.
Holy smokes! Oh,
Hey.
A
So-
creature would die. So this is a
It's like-
shade that this is a good shade that just has
yeah.
graveyard hate
And-
on
and
it.
Samurai
Okay.
so
Veil Curtain for some reason.
From what I watched on this, I watched or at the pre-release had a friend who had this. Every time this card hit play, it was unreasonable at all speeds because like this wants to go to grave, this wants to go to grave, this wants to go to grave, this
Man,
wants
like,
to
I
be
used-
recurved. There's a million cards that want to go to grave. This cuts it off, and then this like uses power stones even for its pump.
Yeah, 'cause, like remember how good Nantuko Shade
There's
was?
even a disfigure here. I'm sad to pass, but I'm sure as hell not passing. Like Misery Shadow for that.
Although Nantuko Shade isn't even good anymore. That makes me kind of sad.
Nantuko
Ooh,
Shade.
Swift Boots.
Yeah, Nantuko Shade's
mean,
kind of been bad for a
I
decade.
shed a tear over the loss of Giant Spider, who is very dead by this point.
What does Carrion Locust do?
Kyrian Locust is the like graveyard Haiti card. It eats a graveyard.
Okay, Dusk Imp that with Rider on it. That's completely fine.
Yeah. We have Bushwhack, which is either Lay of the Land or Fight.
The boots are side grades to
And the boots are
Greaves,
excellent.
light
Um,
Greaves.
If I
What does
want
the
to
power suit do?
power suits, it's like equipment numbers. This is a terrible card.
Oh, it does the thing Thran does, or it's not quite Thran. What's what Thran used to do, kind of. Thran Golem would Cloud Key.
Cloud Key.
That's not.
What on earth?
This is like choose a card type. They cost one less.
Yeah.
That's like a constructed level.
Uh,
Oh, here we go. So Powerstone Fracture, obviously get. Have there been any cards that draw for the Puppeteer? We have Moment of Defiance that can do it mid combat. We also have.
the real one is the Rager.
Yeah, the Rager.
Now we also have the
which is-
Rager.
oh, it's
So
weird. Oh, right, it has a bit, but the Rager's the one we
Rager.
want to be doing with it.
yeah.
A Powerstone Fracture though is an incredible card. It lets us sack any little, like even a power,
Yeah.
obviously a Power Stone to do
And
it.
in general, don't sleep on Gixian Infiltrator because like
Mhm.
it works with Evolving Wilds. It works with everything.
Psychosis Quada.
Better than just a disfigure.
Now, don't just we want removal. Like, we have one
Uh.
piece of removal right now.
Yeah, well, I mean we have a couple, but like I'm not gonna say like I don't think this card is very good when we don't have a ton of like we're not gonna be sitting there with a ton of cards in hand.
I think you could have stopped that sentence a few words into it. I just don't think this card is very good. This is
It's
a
fun
five.
to say.
It's a 5 mana 4/4.
But I think it's better when you have like the ability to like cast it easier, but
I would be really into it if our deck had Life from the Loam in it or something.
okay.
There was a disenchant in that pack. Ah, I missed that. Dang it.
There was, but I wouldn't have picked it over disfigure.
Really? Okay.
Yes, look,
Okay.
I'm like, I'm not even committed to a second color, and one disenchant isn't enough to make me do that. However,
Just pick up the Walvings now.
the Evolving Wilds does allow me to do that more in the future, though. Especially like when it's fighting with a card we have two of, and like a Thopter.
The Thopter.
Yeah,
Cards like the Thopter are
This is
be
good.
okay for us because we want stuff for the for our piloted shredder, but
yeah.
Evolving Wilds is just good.
Locust, Dredging Claw, second Audacity, which is funny. This is pseudo Rancor.
Yeah.
Um,
Kinda Rancor.
So Clay Revenant does a lot of stuff.
yeah, Clay Revenant
with-
is a card I want to have around.
Yeah.
It
you
pretty-
know,
We have a Power Stone Fracture,
We
so we
have
can
a-
throw the
a
Revenant
little
at it.
guy that you can sacrifice again and again.
Yeah,
We have
yeah,
Transmigrant Altar to turn him into
Yeah.
real creatures.
Is that better than Goring Warplow #2?
Hmm,
I
that's
think
tough.
I think I want one of that before I want. Oh, of course.
Horny Thopter.
Damn it.
This is a card I'd be willing to splash for, because making a ton of tap Power Stones is a lot of like, both like free pump, free you know.
It lets us pick some prototype creatures.
Yeah,
Mm.
like this is even if this is only making like two other things, you know, this thing's fine. And I'm giving up a card I only wanted one of anyway. There's Disenchant proper.
Hey,
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 Disenchant.
love is real.
What
Junkyard,
is-
Junkyard Genius is cool. It wants you to be like Like you can sack a thing to +1/+0 and menace and haste other, not itself, other creatures.
Supply drop isn't.
It's the most expensive card in the universe.
I mean, for our like artifacts, things we want to die.
Sure, but like comparing it to like we're already planning a white splash and there's a disenchant in the pack.
I mean, is it really a white black? I think we're just playing black white.
Well, look, at the point where I picked the disenchant, this was the third white card.
Yeah.
So I'm not willing to say that white is a main color yet.
Yeah, let's just pick up the locust. He's probably playable. Dusk Imp with Rider.
Hmm.
Do we want a Stormcrow or a Piker?
I'm almost thinking this infiltrator now. We've got a number of things that make this pretty strong. I guess we're just on
Urza's rebuff. Ooh, we got the claw.
I don't hate that. That might come in. Okay.
Okay, Kayla's command.
So I would like to note that I thought this card cost 4 and wrote it off as unplayable.
This is 3.
The card costs 3.
It's actually a pretty stacked pack because I see a Combat Thresher and a Maze Mind Tome.
Yeah, Maze Mind Tome is draw.
Hey, this is a draw 3, and Combat Thresher is also just like a beating.
Yes. And Steel Exemplar when we have the ability to go. And oh, there's even a Rager in here too.
Yes. And a prison sentence? Okay.
Oh
yeah, we're gonna get something back at least. I'm interested in this tome.
Holy smokes, thanks for the raid. Hope
Hey.
everyone likes Magic the Gathering.
I'm gonna go with the tome. Thanks, Doc. Ooh.
Foundry Inspector.
Foundry Inspector. So that makes Rager, Warplow. I mean, so we have a 3/2. Like this is a 3-drop as well, so
it's just a 3-mana 3/2 at worst. And what's it
I
competing with? Dreams of Steel and Oil is pretty bad, isn't it?
Maybe like it's competing with like another Gigamole or Evolving Wilds.
Yeah, I think that's where it's.
So.
Yeah, welcome. We're in the middle of drafting a black splash white deck. Hopefully, we find a little bit more to make the tie. Well,
Corrupt.
Hey.
Well.
Corrupt.
Well.
Wanna.
Well.
Hey.
Well.
Millstone can't be real, right? Like this is a format where you mill yourself with Millstone, probably.
The problem, like mill, could be like real. The problem is obviously your opponent just goes cool, unearth a bunch of junk because unearth's in 5 colors.
Granted, we do have the graveyard hate built into our deck. Oh, liquid metal coating. It's nothing to do with it.
Yeah, liquid metal coating is
such
really
a sad include because man, it's such a cool card, but it's
really
just
well, no, we have disenchant. We can blow up a land.
We could use we could turn something into a thing to sack with Powerstone Fracture.
We can sack a land.
More realistically, I'm on the Powerstone engineer here.
Yeah. I wanted to see this dude.
Engineer's pretty good. That's like the white unearth, though. Do you have anything cool to go with recommission?
It's like Chaplain, Locusts, Misery Shadow. I think that might be. You might be right on that, especially
Especially the Chaplain. Wow.
Words.
There you go.
This is the one you want with it.
Just like a 4/4.
Oh, Weakstone Subjugation got left in there. Yeah, so Corrupt is going to be weaker in here. This looks like we're going to be something like 10-6, something like that. But, yeah, so, like, there are some real mill cards.
Maybe we'll get an Elsewhere Flask.
Yes. the age-old,
I wish it was Jaws of Stone, though,
Nice.
not Corrupt.
Again, I'm happy with more Ragers, especially once we've picked up the like Foundry Inspector. And, again, the Puppeteer might be a little more reliable with something like Mazebind Tome sitting around, right?
Semblance Anvil.
So go -2 in order to. I'm gonna just take another 5. I'd like 1 copy of the rebuy. Oh, this is actually really useful.
What was the one that made wolves? Powerstone,
Um,
Corrupt, and
Oh,
then
Howl of the Night Pack.
Yeah,
Howl the
Howl.
Night Pack. I was trying to think of the one you've cast the most. Other than Prison Sentence, that's a gift.
Yeah, it's pretty damn. I was gonna say,
Wow,
I was
okay,
looking
yeah,
at
we're
Evolving Wilds 3. I was like, yeah, that looks nice,
you know,
especially.
when we picked Corrupt, I was like, oh, maybe we could go mono black, but like getting handed
Yeah,
straight
we're,
up prison sentence. It's a bit of a push.
Is it time for Goblin Firebomb?
I'm just gonna pick Dreams.
Okay, get the Fi.
Emergency Weld
Another-
3, Swift Drake.
Another grave. We got 3 grave diggers already. Do we smell like a bad flyer?
Ah,
Having
sweet.
a bad flyer
Ooh,
is sometimes.
I'm actually quite happy about this coming back around because we do now. Now we actually have like 2
Artifact.
Warlords elites.
Right.
To pick.
Could you show me Maze Mind Tome for a second?
Is it Exile itself?
Exile it.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I
sad.
thought you get a Thraxodemon.
However, we could sack it. We could like.
We can sack it before we chapter 3 it. Yeah.
Yeah, we can chapter 4 and then sack it with it on the stack. I'm actually quite happy to have a couple Thraxodemons around. It's a bear. It's not great, but like, it is a sack outlet for anything, and it.
Man, you just wounded me with those words.
I'll
Hmm?
what the
What?
fact that like it's a bear with an ability and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a bear, and that's not great. I'm like, gah.
I have very bad
I'm-
news for what's happened in the Magic in the last 10 years for you.
I'm old. I'm
Yeah.
old.
I know.
Like, anytime you ever try to put a hill giant in your deck, you just immediately go 0-3. It's weird.
I remember playing grizzly bears that would deal damage to you when they died.
I remember opening packs of limited and having multiple vanilla creatures in them.
I'm
Coming
old.
through, Misery Shadow, Emergency Weld, Disfigure Revenant, and then the rest of this can be from white, which will be like Prospector Chaplain, Cohort, Elite Disenchant, Powerstone Engineer. What's creature count look like here? I'm a little worried. 12.
I mean, we sort of secretly have more creatures than that because the emergency welds, for instance, make a guy.
Yeah, but like they need a guy to grab in the first place.
Who's in the call with Slough? I'm Gnomebitten, and with us is the preeminent Kaz.
I'm preeminent. Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm
I'm not going to disagree with you.
you're the
that
most
sounds cool.
famous Kaz I know.
That's
It's like-
because you don't know Kaz Harai, the head of PlayStation or whatever.
Yeah, but I do know Master Miller, and you're more famous than Master
Hmm.
Miller is.
Wait, you know Master Miller? Holy
Oh,
smokes.
yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I knew him before he died. Liquid Snake killed him and replaced him.
Dang. Rip to a real one.
Ripped to a
Okay.
real one.
So, I think I've got like mostly. I could put a second Warlords Elite in here, but I'm not like.
We need like 2
huge
cuts.
on it. We need like 2 cuts.
Planes and something.
Right. I'm pretty sure planes is the first. I think a non-creature for the second.
Off.
The planes I feel fine with because like one we have like 1 million. We actually have double evolving wilds for fixing.
Is it actually the no? Okay, if we're playing the Warlord Elite, then we probably want to play the Recommission.
Yeah. Like, I think Recommission is just good.
What
Like, we
is
have
Misery
Gigamole.
Shadow? Oh, that's
we
the
don't have
that's
Gigamole.
the Misery Shadow is the Nantuko.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
like maybe,
Yeah.
maybe the third best card in the deck. Powerstone Engineer gets to stick around because it's very good for like sacrificing both like dying and then like. Wait, is that like me wearing goggles? What the fuck?
Yeah,
They put you in.
What the hell?
You're getting the. Okay, here's the thing.
Like the face shape
Are
isn't
you
correct, but like
since you're in the card, are you taking the gem out of the robot or putting it in?
I'm stealing a Chaos Emerald, like very clearly.
You mean the Chaos Emerald?
No. Like the face shape
I mean, not
slightly
the
off
most
of my eyes.
powerful
Yeah, it's a
invitational
little
card
off,
I've
but
ever
it's.
heard of.
Like, sorry, it was just like a a moment there where I was like, hold on.
All our cards are good. That's a
Yeah.
good problem to have.
Yep.
Okay, how good is Corrupt with 8 non-swamps?
Still pretty good.
Even if it's just for 4, like that's fine.
Yeah, but we're looking for cuts here. It's like that,
Yeah, I know.
like
Honestly, I'm thinking one of the recursion pieces because like we have recommission 2 emergency weld. I'm not even playing the mole.
okay, then
Yeah.
maybe we pitch the weld, one of the welds.
Yeah, like have it be weld recommissioning because like weld can get back, with the exception of puppeteer, prospector, and goring warplow. Recommission can grab everything a weld can because we're obviously not picking up unearthed cards. We're unearthing them.
Well, I could see grave digging a rager just to double dip, but
Sure, but it's like
if we're in the position to be able to do that, we're fine. So like yeah,
right.
have to
So
make cuts.
all right, the mana base usually as a rule I try to keep the 17, but when we're in best of 1, like it's a lot easier to get away with this.
We cheat with the shuffler. The shuffler is our friend. Yes,
we already talked about Corrupt, and we think it's still good.
So what it is that corrupt in here is obviously not going to be like corrupt for a billion, but like I'm still willing to cast like Lightning Helix +1 at 6 mana because like for one that generally kills most threats in this format, and for 2, nobody's ready for a burn spell out of me, right?
Yeah.
Like
Plus, plus it's our old rule. We have to have a card that gains life.
yeah.
That's right. Between that and Gixian Puppeteer,
Yeah,
we're set.
we can gain some life.
We can gain life.
And then the other question when people are talking about a vanilla card, as we mentioned earlier, that is just a card with no text.
A vanilla card is a creature with power and toughness.
Warlord's Lady is like almost vanilla, like its condition here is just making it a 5-mana 4/4 that you can cheat sometimes.
Like if you ever hear us say the word, we were talking about bears and hill giants earlier. Grizzly bear is a 2-mana 2/2. Hill giant is a 4-mana 3/3. Like
anyway,
and we know those cards because we're old.
Well, I mean, we're also preeminent.
We're also preeminent. Although I'm not the preeminent of anything. Well, that's factually not true. I just wanted to put myself down and be cool, but I forgot.
Master Flash, 21, born in the year
1921. Oh.
This is awkward.
0 castables, huh?
I like that I'm on the draw, but I hate the look of this hand. This is not.
Throw it back.
This is not.
Shuffler can do better.
Because like even in best case, I'm still not casting anything till 4.
We have to draw both land and spells.
This is fine. I can run you down with a shade.
Good.
The only bad thing about this hand is there's going to be a tension between do we play out our 1-mana 1/1 or 2-mana 1/1 death touch or just clock our opponent's brain.
We get to wait on that because we have a play on 2.
We do. Oh, that's what I meant. Like on 3, do we? Okay, since we have another play, we should probably just play out our hand on 3. Yeah, we were on the play. Yeah, so I like mulliganing that even more. A 3/1.
All right, so cool
Check
bits
this
here.
out. They can't block.
Yeah, we can attack.
You can't block because I will pump, and
just play out our boyos. The Clay Revenant also does a pretty good job of embarrassing that 3/1.
Yeah, I was saying, well, it comes in tapped.
Yeah.
It does tap, but it's like still.
Yeah, I'm down with 2 activations. Lately, Revenant, hold off on Warplow.
There's no need for the Warplow to exist right now.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as they play their Obstinate Baloth or whatever, that might be sizable enough.
3 colors flat.
Shun.
All right. And of course, now we have a reason to like play the Plow.
Now we've got
Actually, we don't.
Norwood Ranger back.
Also, cool bit. As I mentioned, everything wants to die.
So do we just? So do we just send for 6 here, or?
I'm definitely sending. I'm probably just sending 4 playing Plow. I'm not certain on that, but like.
Okay.
We're definitely, because like if we think on here, we want, if we hit them for down to 10, we get cracked back, but the cracked back is only for 3. Maybe I do just go ahead and, because we're holding that command as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
We have command next turn. We're feeling pretty invincible.
Does the command give +2/+2 and lifelink?
yes. Plus 2
Okay.
encounters and life.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm assuming, like, sooner or later we're gonna see a bolt or some sort of removal spell on the shadow, but... Oh my god, okay.
I see. That's their black splash.
Well...
Our Warplow does a pretty good job of blocking that.
Yeah, our Warplow beats their shadow.
Oh, what happens if we attack? They have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 power. They can make their shadow a 4/4.
Uh,
So that'd be 6. We'd have to activate 4 times to trade 1 for their entire board.
but, like, they wouldn't go their entire board on... Well, actually, I guess they'd have to in order to, like, kill the shadow. No. They'd only have to do shadow plus, like...
Yeah. So we'd go. That'd still be a 2 for 1, and we're holding a grave dig. I don't know. I just don't know what we're doing when we're.
I'm gonna punch in and see what happens. I like the idea that like we have Foundry Inspector plus a Plow and we have Gix's command. Obviously, like if Shadow trades here,
Like that's probably fine.
Also, if they double block, say they double block with these 2, just because like so, what the fuck?
They're thinking like me. They're going for extreme blocking.
Okay, but like
We activate once, then they're forced to.
like this is their board though, right? Like
Yeah, we have to activate twice.
so we have to
before they
activate
have to do
twice. So
anything.
now it's on them to do any pumps, and then from here I just let it ride.
Yeah, because we can grave dig.
Giant Growth. Nope, not Giant Growth.
Okay.
And if they want to pump again, they can, but this is a 3 for 1 in our favor no matter what.
Okay.
So, okay, the thing about this is we can't recur the Shade, by the way.
Yeah, it's gonna get
It's
exiled,
gonna get exiled. Yeah.
which is fine. We still have stuff to do.
Like, I can play a big Plow next turn, so... Anyway, I'll take this 3 for 1 that also answers the infantry. That's an incredible advantage for us, being on the... Okay, guys, Courser.
We have a card that can murder that. Let's just play our guy.
Yeah, I think we just play our 6 here, because then I can edict this and like +2 if I need. So the thing with this is that on attack, if there's 3 or more creatures in their grave, they get to draw. But like,
They have
know.
no creatures.
you know,
It feels a little bit criminal. Why is that thing Samurai of the Pale Curtain?
it's pushed. It's very good. This is incredible. All right, kill spell. Nope.
Ooh, I like that.
Let's go edict plus
2
push.
counters.
They clearly have something, but like,
I almost want to put the counters on the Revenant.
it doesn't target, so I can choose on resolution.
On up to 1 creature. Oh, god damn it! I hate when they do that. Well,
Well,
it has to be that way so it can't be countered.
Yes,
When you
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I want.
Spells with multiple targets. Or no
Sacrifice.
targets.
I have nothing in the grave right now, so we're gonna push here. And then if they have a burn spell, they need to spend it before I get my. So there's a burn spell that's 5 damage, burn 2 to face. It's a 5 mana instant. If they have it,
That doesn't. Well, does that work the way they want it to?
well, that'll put it to hand. But I'm gonna put the counters on the war plow now for that.
Bust them. In for 8.
Do they have an instant?
Rushing time.
Anyway, that life links us to 24. They're on 2. This thing
Gained the life.
This thing overwhelms the Courser on attack. They don't have enough blocks to kill here. That's great.
Oh, what does Thraxodemon do?
Sack another creature, draw a card.
Yeah, it can. With our
Makes
Clay
it-
Revenant.
Creature or artifact.
Yes, so it could make a loop with Clay Revenant where it can.
It wants to tap your. Doesn't want to tap your planes. That's probably wrong. Anyways, let's just shove.
Yeah, I'm not shoving the 1-2. There's no point in that.
Yeah, no point. They would just. They would eat it.
All right, so let's go ahead and present lethal threats.
Yeah, Thraxodemon.
Thraxodemon.
So here's 3 lethal threats plus a recursion piece plus a draw loop.
Wait, is Ornstone's is Thraxodemon perhaps the smallest demon yet printed?
It's very tiny for a demon.
It's a 2/2.
It's pretty small. Magic
Skulls.
demons tend to be like big flying things.
All right, let's push. This card's neat. Makes Powerstone, eats a Powerstone on leave.
And it's just a 2/2 menace.
Okay. Supply drop, which is,
Okay.
you know.
Off we go.
Hooray!
I like that we got a value engine as our last thing, and it's like, okay, well, even if you deal with this, now we're just gonna
Right,
draw our whole
especially
deck.
the cool part there is that the Foundry Inspector makes this cost 0, so it even like flips this out.
It's just 3 mana to recur it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Dream Devour from a Kaldheim was an 0/3. Sorry, Thraxodemon. You've won no awards.
All right. Well, I'm already like impressed. Obviously, getting 2 of our most powerful cards in our deck works
It is
nicely,
a
but
little
like,
easier to win when you like play multiple rares.
but
We also just had like a giant creature. It
Yeah.
was part of our, and our opponent made
that's
baffling
usually how this
blocks.
goes.
well, like even without that, we did have the engine was there, and the engine does work nicely, I think. So
What was with that block?
I think they were that scared of like they were never going to draw a removal spell for this card. You know, like they were just like,
Yeah,
look,
that was kind of telegraphing their
Hmm.
deck had 0 removal in it, whereas we have this as removal. This hand looks great.
yeah, the Maze Mind Tome makes this hand look just fine. Maze
I will
Mind
keep
Tome
any hand with
Oh my
2
God.
lands of Mace Bind Tome.
Maze Mind Tome, Gixian Puppeteer, the Dream.
Yeah,
This might be a kind of hand where we have to upkeep tap Maze Mind Tome though. I guess we play the Shadow.
yeah. I know that this is a little bit aggressive, but like also Misery Shadow is a little bit of an aggressive card.
We appear to be at silver 2.
Oh,
Land is good to see there.
we can bash in.
I-
Why does that Bulwark have 3 power?
Yeah, I end up at well with Dominaria and a lot of the limited formats, I end up falling off them after about a month, but there's a 3-month gap, so I just fall back down to like silver.
Yeah, the old reset.
We can pump
We
once.
We just pup once and then make a Maze Mind Tome.
Cool thing about Maze Mind Tome, it ramps.
It does. Tap 2 untap artifact. That could be our play next turn.
That might be our
just,
play next turn.
Just make a 4/4.
So I don't see a like obviously we could try and like scry with it. Our opponent's in hell.
Yeah, they main phase that. I like their card sleeves. What sleeves are those?
Oh, those are like the
They're like neon sludge.
um.
Whereas yours is a
All right,
someone falling over.
I'm willing to spend a Maze Mind counter to scry to try to find land for to try to push Puppeteer to try to push our opponent out of this game.
I'm willing to scry once. I don't think we upkeep scry. That's a bit thirsty.
Coastal Bulwark gets +2/+0 as long as you control an island.
Okay.
All
right, so Warlord's Elite comes down for 5. We want the Elite first because it's the highest threat. Puppeteer would be fine too, but Elite is a more immediate.
Ooh, no, we can slurp them with the Puppeteer with the Maze Mind Tome.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's the plan.
Yep. The big thing there, though, is I want to go with the Elite first because the Puppeteer dies in combat to this.
Yeah.
And I'd rather play the 4/4 that can be aggressive right now.
Plus, if the 4/4 dies, we can Gravedigger it back.
And that's okay.
Okay. They're monoblade.
Yeah, that happened. I'm very sorry, my friend.
Maze Mind Tome.
The ramp power. Hey, Maze Mind Tone showed us, scry, go ahead and find, could have been necessary for finding our land, and then was a ramp piece.
Do you prefer Maze Mind Tome or Treasure Map?
I like Treasure Map a little more.
I think I liked Treasure Map a
Kinda
little
miss
more
it.
too.
I think it depends on what, a style on the deck, because Treasure Map, both of them end up drawing about 3-ish cards. It's 3 off Treasure Map after some scries. It's 4 off Tome. They're both asking for a little bit of your resources. I think Map I like more because you can feed it more. You can always feed it treasure from a lot of other cards.
You can feed it more treasures.
But it is more of a long game card, whereas Maze Mind Tome,
I draw you into the cards immediately.
You're kind of pushing for the cards then.
I think the only reason I like Treasure Map more is I associate it with Treasure Red, which was a really fun deck. I know you play a lot of that too, didn't you, Kaz?
Oh yeah. Yeah, back when I still played Arena.
Yeah, I haven't played in a while either.
We got things to do this time, and we're on the draw, so I feel
things to do.
The fact that we're holding body that can trade with some junk. Basically, it's trading with 3/1s.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're on the draw is the only reason I'm keeping this. If we're on the okay.
Norwood Ranger on Norwood Ranger combat.
All right, that's fine.
Perfectly symmetrical violence.
They get in for 1, and then we can get in for 1, and then they can get in for 1.
And they play a Rock Hunter.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the one I specifically. Okay. Don't having another body here. Obviously, it's not super relevant, but helpful to have. If it dies, I can get a 3/2 back. Okay. Well.
Now, if that dies, we can recommission it.
That's very important. It also makes the Clay Revenant not recur. All right.
We did it. We locked up the board.
We're finally getting out of this board stall.
Now, this time I don't mind scry, upkeep scry.
Let me go ahead and
We're on a 2-lander.
Let me go ahead and put that stop there.
Yeah.
Sure.
They also walk the way of the Infiltrator. So Infiltrator only cares that you've sacrificed. It doesn't matter if things die. Okay, they're going to attack.
I'd be fine with rock.
I kind of doubt they will, but
They're reading Misery Shadow.
All right, so here's our scry
and
one.
now they're miserable.
Keep it.
Okay.
Too late. I didn't get rid of it in time.
All right, we will go to draw.
Okay, so now Misery Shadow can pump 5. I also have up a lot of interaction and draw, so we can just wait.
They sit on our heels.
We're gonna be here setting up. So they missed a land drop last turn. Is that correct? Conscripted infantry. When it dies,
Oh, no.
Again, this card is wild in this format. And not just because of
I
its...
feel so bad.
That's-
We have this rare that just colds their whole thing. And, ugh.
Let us draw a card. You're gonna
No.
upkeep scrapping this land.
I don't think I am, because I drew a playable.
Ah, Raxademon.
Okay.
Well, let's try to put a planes card into her. I guess that's one reason why. That's anti-corrupt technology.
Alright. Good thing is when this
Damn.
fails, it becomes a 2-2 in the air, so...
Well, Wind Drake.
Okay, they've missed land drops, so their hand is live.
Rock
much
Hunter
like
does have
us.
reach, I will point out.
Yes.
So, yeah.
We're not walking into
so,
that.
so we don't get trapped.
Gnawing Vermin.
Gnawing Vermin.
Target player mills 2. You're usually self-targeting with this because, come on.
This format has
Come
unranked
on.
in it.
Come
no,
on.
opponent. You shouldn't do that.
Cool, thanks for putting a body in my yard for recursion later. There's a 3-drop for us to get later with our
Foundry.
cool friend. Also,
Yeah.
when this dies,
Commission.
Yeah, we just dies. Do we scry here? Or do we just draw next turn?
I'll just draw next.
Again,
turn.
we kind of still have plays to make, regardless.
Yeah, I'm not like.
So.
And like we're not being pressured a ton here. I might go ahead and. What do I want to spend to draw here off of this in case I draw the.
Raxademon is like the more generic play, so we probably leave black up.
If I don't draw land, I actually do have to discard.
And we can discard a Scrapwork Rager pretty
Yeah, pretty freely.
easily. Like that's like deferring the card until later.
This is greedy of me instead of scrying, but like I'm greedy. So
Green is good. Let's discard that corrupt.
I'm gonna hold it.
I mean,
Like,
we already know the.
Oh.
We already have a good
Alright.
discard in Scrapwork Rager.
I guess we're getting Misery Shadow killed here. So they can unlock their attacks. If it gets killed, we can just recur it. That's pretty easy.
This music sounds like one of the tracks from Stellaris. I feel like I'm playing Stellaris right now.
Yeah. we're killing Misery Shadow here, right? Like, that's just...
I think they have nothing and
No,
they're...
it's exile.
Nice.
Annoying. That was a 100%. The moment they played the 5th land, it opened up their kill spell. That was just...
I was just hoping they were tank, nothing.
5 cards in hand missing land drops? No way.
I mean, Magic players are capable of anything. That attack makes 0 sense.
Yeah, that's terrible. You want to try again on that one?
Any attack that doesn't involve gnawing a vermin is an attack you can make.
Alright,
Let's just scry.
yeah. It's gonna be the land, but we have to do this.
We gain some life. Our deck gains life.
Excellent. We wanted that.
We did.
Corrupt looking
For our
looking
corrupt. Yeah, I know.
For our corrupt.
Look, I think the corrupt's still fine. I knew...
I'm just being
wanna-
a shitter. I want to play Rager.
Yeah, like the alternate would be like we don't have we could pick up the Foundry Inspector with Recommission and play Thraxidemon. That would be the other line that gives us more of a board presence.
It does, and Thraxidemon trades pretty well on this board. And then the Foundry Inspector allows us to crap out our Ragers next turn.
Whoa, it gets a +1 counter? Hey,
Oh
hey.
yeah, Recommission's
Wow.
wild.
Recommission's good. They wanted to give Pioneer a unearth like.
Okay. Again, our opponent. We have to assume 3 live cards minimum in the opponent's hand, and because they've been missing. Yep. All right.
What does that do? Is that an outpost siege?
Pyrexia.
We have a disenchant.
I'd probably just have to hit that because that's draw 2. every turn, and it makes power stones.
Yeah, it's we'll disenchant their outpost siege. That's fine.
Hmm.
We probably just do it. If we're incredibly greedy, we can try raging into a land, but that's dumb. Let's leave up there for the throat.
Yeah, this is fine.
Okay.
Like, we got the board pretty stalled up, and
We can start
we
eating.
have a value engine online.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
start
start
doing our
eating
draw.
the clay revenant.
We need to break the board stall at some point, but like that's like
Actually, our board breaker might be our Gix infiltrator. Will just get very big.
also at some point, like just killing Rock Hunter and start punching them doesn't feel too bad.
Yeah.
We have so much removal.
I don't want to do it yet because
Yeah.
you know, like go for the throat could kill something way more important.
If we have like a 2-point corrupt, we can consider doing that.
So our graveyard does have 3 lands in it. Our max corrupt is currently 6. Yeah, just kind of keeping that in. Oh, I found the prison sentence card.
Yep, the old Joda's Avenger like.
Hmm.
Sure.
Yep, it even works with Evolving Wilds.
Am I really willing to pressure them that badly?
Let's see what they attack with.
I'm guessing no attacks.
I want Solid Snake to be kneeling on a grave to this music.
Okay. That's a play to go with this. This has a Scry 2 attached, which makes it wild.
We can keep one of
I'll
those.
take one of those.
I think both would have been fine too, but I understand. I mean, between Scrapwork Rager the next, Thraxodemon.
Yeah, we do have a lot as far as ways to press.
How much is it to...
4.
No, it's to unearth and then eat it.
7.
Okay.
Next turn we can play it and then like eat something mid-turn. Probably our Powerstone engineer.
Man, it's so weird how many different kind of flashbacks we've had over the year. Where unearth a triggered ability, it's not a spell. Escape is casting it. Flashback, of course, casts it, and then Aftermath, that you cast that one.
Oh yeah,
But then there's Eternalize and...
But Eternalize and
Fake Eternalize.
Yeah, Eternalize and Embalm. Those two not cast. You don't cast those.
Do you cast those?
No, you don't. They're just they're a triggered ability that creates a token that's a copy.
Trench Stalker.
Yeah, this thing gains lifelink on...
Lifelink and Death Touch.
However, I don't care about it gaining lifelink because I can just sack the blocker in front of it now.
Yeah. Our Clay Revenant. And then eventually Gixian Infiltrator will become bigger. Get him, Windrake!
Yeah.
Actually, if they attacked, we just block with Powerstone Engineer.
That is what I will block and sack, yes. Hell, I will sack at end of turn regardless of what happens because I want them on a... I guess that is a good reason to have kept the swamp on top.
How is the deck? The deck is white-black, value loops.
Yeah, basically, we have a lot of...
We have 3 times as many rares as we usually do.
Obliterating Bolt...
Okay, we... Demon only eats... Does it eat artifacts or creatures, or just...
Yeah, it's both.
Do we care about having that in our graveyard for our grave diggers?
it's a flyer, so I kind of do.
Alright. And we can just block the Powerstone Engineer, let them have the life.
Yeah. If they draw a card. They actually do have to draw a second card for that to be on. They've not shown the ability to do yet. Okay. Okay, we were drawing 4 swamps in a row anyway, so...
Okay,
That's fine,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, Necrosages are here, and we're debating over draw 2 cards or make discard 2. We're debating over it.
Yeah, everything is going to take way longer because there's all 3 of us to.
We have to conjure a consensus.
Okay, so the Infiltrator's actually going to be big enough to, like, threaten Trench Stalker.
Yeah, my goal is for Phyrexian Infiltrator to become a 9/8.
We also know that the final swamp in our deck is the bottom card right now. So this corrupt is a corrupt for 5. There's 2 swamps in grave. Okay.
A flyer. Oh no, our unearthed rager.
Yeah, that's gonna eat the Rager.
I guess we could Corrupting's Stalker's not that bad. Nothing else they have is that threatening. Although that Locust could peck us to death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Not if we gain 5 life.
I was gonna say, I'm kind of interested in killing the Stalker and pushing in. Nice. Now we're talking.
What happens if we? How many? Okay, they have the 3/1. That's a 2. That's a 3-drop. So and their 2/1 is a 3-drop. So that's okay.
So the edict
we
is
lose more than they do.
Your edict is terrible because obviously this exists. So we can't edict. That's not a mode.
And the minus. So I guess we're +2/+2ing double grave digging with this thing.
Basically.
We're either corrupting or casting the war plow.
I'll get that out of the way, and then...
Get him! Fireball! The Revenant's a bit thirsty to attack with, right?
Flying.
No, I guess they only block it with their own Revenant. That's their only.
There's literally nothing that can kill it, was my thought process.
Yeah. Let's ship it in.
I want damage right now.
We're at 26. We have a 10-point life advantage. I'm gonna put 3/1 on Foundry Inspector.
That's the easiest block in the world.
And probably a 2/1 on Rager. Or the 1/1, the Vermin.
Cool thing is, if they try to kill Gixian Infiltrator, we can +1/+1.
Yeah, that has a secret. Onboard tricks.
Hey, I wanted that Locust dead. That's happy.
All right, Clay Revenants.
We sack the Powerstone anyways.
Okay, they're blocking the damage instead.
We sack the Powerstone or the Clay Revenant.
Well, we don't sack anything.
No, we don't say anything. Right
This
now.
is at 5/4, and they're blocking with a 1/2.
I'm thinking abstractly. Okay.
Yeah, but
We also-
I would want to sack.
We also have a
Revenant,
problem.
Get that going.
What problem? How many cards in deck? 9?
9.
We have a 5/4 in our hand.
Look,
Gix's command.
if I use Thraxidemon more than twice, then we're down to like 5 turns to
Yeah.
win, and our opponent still has 3 live cards.
Well, they've had 3 mana up and they have not used this. Haymakers. kill the 4/4. Make a 1/1. Yeah, this is what the OP was thinking about when they milled us.
I could sack that for a card. Yeah, okay. I think this is the last activation we have of this. Sure. That comes into play tapped. Okay, we're looking pretty cool here. Yep, comes play tapped.
What's our raised dead look like? Or our double or restock?
Airlift chap. Oh, I don't know who on airlift chaplain
So
actually.
it's like Warlords Elite
and Foundry.
Yeah. They have another conscripted infantry. They don't have a block on the Gixian infiltrator yet.
I think they've got a Powerstone eat. They have to have they're sitting there considering what to sack to Powerstone fracture. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one answer.
Right. Speaking of Powerstone fracture, we're gonna go ahead and Rager plus Goring Warplow here.
Behold the Scrapwork Rager.
You're
He's
really
so
late.
late.
You're so late. This is the better play, but you're so late.
Get him, fireball.
Thraxid
Two
even
on a
dies.
2/2. Yeah.
They take one. They didn't even block with the 1/1. Okay.
Now they want the 2/1/1s to double chump with.
Yeah.
Their game plan is to wait, stall us out.
Yeah, that's why Gix's command for bodies is going to be so important. That could just die.
No, Gix's command is pretty good now.
I'm probably just going to Powerstone fracture that. That's not cracking.
I mean, what does Gix's command put the counters on the Revenant look like?
That would be like pick up Warlords
Not-
Elite.
I mean, make them sack their dude. We can crackle doom them now to get rid of the Juggernaut.
Okay. We have 1,000,000 lives. So that's not really a problem. I kind of still want the bodies.
Okay.
Mm.
So then we probably crackle doom and then, or maybe Powerstone fracture instead. We might still put the counters on the, because they're gonna have a chump every turn.
Well, they're not going to have a chump every turn.
Yeah, right.
Clay
Yeah,
Revenant comes in tapped, so.
comes into play tapped. We have limited time on our life.
Mm.
Yes. Let's do some counting. 10 lands plus
I know there's a
4
swamp
plus
on the
bottom. So there's 1 land in the 4, and the other 3 cards are.
There's a not ulcerate,
There's a -2/-2. That's one of the 3 remaining.
what's that card called?
Disfigure?
Disfigure.
Disfigure. There's a disfigure.
There's.
I think there's our weld is already in the graveyard. Our recommission.
Recommission is in the grave.
Both of our scraps are gone. Both our scraps are gone. Blade
Oh
Twists are-
fuck!
I'll discard 1 card, thanks. I don't give a shit.
Powerstone Fracture. Blade Coil Serpent is so cool.
It's cool as
I want to
hell.
play that in a Cabal Coffers deck.
All right. Pushing
Crunch.
as much damage as possible. God, our opponent has 15 spells in grave and 6 lands. They have to be drawing. These have got to be blanks. They're not. Oh my god, you're way better at Magic than I am.
Somehow.
Oh, okay, Mutt, discard a land.
They're so much better at Magic. Anyway, they're at 2. They don't have enough blockers.
And we're going to draw an Ulcerate.
Hold it
yeah.
Hey, we could in fact win by drawing our entire deck.
It's true. Alright, yeah, we can't. 3 unknown. So there's 1 land, 1 disfigure. What the hell's the last card?
Crappy creatures.
I gotta know. I should have been able to tell you that. That's the... I should know the list good enough for that. Cohort. This one.
Okay, Scrapfort Cohort.
That was the last card. So
That was the last card.
the 4 cards were Swamp, Plains, Cohort, Disfigure.
Oh man, we could have done a cool line with Cohort by
Or we
like
disfigure it.
playing it, like killing it with the disfigure to unearth it for an extra like hasty attacker.
I enjoy that we drew the Puppeteer at the point where our deck was 5 cards and we're never drawing a second card again.
Yeah.
Although if we had activated
But-
it once, it would have killed them.
It's true. So the thing to note there is that, like, there was a point, like, 6 turns ago where you saw me hover my deck, and, like, you have to be aware of those things. If we had just done Circus of Values, like, there would have been a point where we, like, all of a sudden just look over and there's no cards left. You know? Like,
Yeah.
Definitely lost like that before. And
So-
our
I
opponent
can't believe it.
heads
They-
up play. Opponent
I-
build us.
They
I
knew. How did they know?
call it Card Advantage, the Silent Killer. From back in an ancient Kamigawa draft where I watched a player deck themselves with Ninja of Deep Hours.
Oh no.
They were so addicted to the value.
This has that card.
Yeah, this has like
Draw
Misery
your
Shadow
red.
and a second Misery Shadow, so like I don't care. Alright, what's the and then like yeah, all this
And then we'll
we need
draw
to
every-
the thing
Nope.
is this is like our only 6 because the other 6 is also a 2.
Yeah.
So like this hand is secretly a lot better. It's fine because we have a lot of live draws. Disenchant is a 5 draw. What if we had left our opponent the draw 2? Clearly that would. Ooh.
Pikers fight and Pikers die, or do we just get our first foot forward?
Yeah, let's go swift foot forward here.
Yeah, I'm also old, and I also was talking about Nantuko Shade.
It's hilarious because we had like the Dread Shade from like the previous Dominaria, and even that one was like unplayable. Oh my god.
Dread Shade was okay. He just wasn't as good as the other cards in that set. Let's bash, see what happens. We could disenchant their Ichor Wellspring.
Yeah, it's a sweet plays.
Huh.
Sweet plays for winners.
There are circumstances in Magic where I would do that. This is not one of them.
I think we.
If they tried to give it to Scissors, I would consider it.
I mean, but you could
I would
blow
just
up
get
the
the
scissors.
scissors.
Oh, I'm thinking of you're right about the Scissors.
That
Just
touch.
make a 4/4.
This has no text because it doesn't actually die.
It's a 2/3 death touch.
Yeah, I know, but like it doesn't have its final line of text. Again, the actual best text on this is the.
Let's
So-
make our Dwyn until
yeah.
So the reason I'm super happy to go ahead and play Warlords late here is I'll probably just trade it with the Recluse and then we can just recommission the damn thing.
have a 5/5.
And I get a
Yeah.
5/5 for 2.
Reasonable.
Yeah, kill it. Spend your removal.
I want them to fight it. The epic confrontation is the fight spell in this. So That would
+1/+2,
that would-
so the
with the death touch, that would do
recluse
it.
would live.
However, that would be a mistake because you should kill Misery's Shadow like immediately.
But I want them to reprint Bear Punch, the cards that retroactively do other things.
Holy shit!
Hey, here's everybody's favorite guy, the Ryan Overturf Special.
I'm actually fine with this as a draw right here. I'm gonna push. I can just recur whatever gets killed here.
Yeah.
I'd rather pressure an opponent, especially when we're on like this little of a land problem.
Yes. Okay. Do we punch them for 3 or? Nope, just two.
I want to Clay Revenant as well. So
You're back in the fight.
now the thing is, if that had died normal, they would have bottom and decked the Warlords Elite.
Nice.
But we have a Misery Shadow, so our opponent's in hell. Oh, wow. Your hand must be not great if that's what's going
Now
on.
that is something that I was surprised to see come back. The word surveil.
They set it so that now it's actually like a full word. They went back and changed a number of cards that had surveil as text and gave it surveil. In here, it feels like they brought it back specifically because it works for like a dig site, you know, Tucasia surveilling the ruins.
Yeah, yes, Secret Gaijin 69. Misery Shadow is really good.
Let's push.
Crushing.
Time for the killing!
I'm assuming Mishra's gonna be looting a bunch here. I want Powerstone Engineer dead because I really want to be able to play Scrap Rager.
Just gonna take 9.
All right, so now we have a lethal threat presented. You didn't loot?
They
Let's go to
forgot.
taste.
They forgot.
Whenever a land enters the battlefield,
Jesus.
So we just play our Rager out, right?
yeah, whatever a land. That is the text on it. They brought back landfall as well and put it on cards. This is not landfall because it's both players. So thought process here. Number 1, lethal threat, a lethal threat. I'm thinking it might just be push Warlords Elite. Well, maybe just push Misery Shadow.
Misery Shadow can tangle with the worm.
Yeah. Powerstones, tap for mana for not casting for the. How do you word that? Spending on anything but casting non-artifacts.
Yeah. So let's
They
see
have to
what they
block
do.
here.
Yeah, they are. It's a forced block.
They could choose to jump.
They could.
I could.
I'd be pretty happy about that. I'd give them a Power Stone to play a Rager. I'm super happy about just killing this, though. Obviously, we have ways of just getting back the, the Shadow. They can't get back
Yeah, we
the
have our-
worm. Is that the
have our emergency
Sorry,
dome.
is that the
Yeah.
Sarnath worm? No, no.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
damn it.
No.
Serenith.
They will never print a
the-
card that says Sarnath.
The Sarnath
No.
It just can't.
So as we've
An
said many
entire
times,
web forums would explode if they did that.
Yeah.
as we've said before, we're old.
Yeah, cool worm traded with our 2-drop, please. And also no value because I post-combated the land drop.
Ours was only a rare.
Wow.
Shoot.
Okay, that card is
Well,
so
that got rid of it.
that card is super playable. It's a sorcery, which kind of sucks, but this card is like super playable. However,
My God.
Bash them.
So
lethal damage.
attacking.
Kill Mishra, please. Loot.
Yeah,
One last.
Activate. The other shoot down. Oh, you poor creature.
Oh.
Start the Rager.
So we're gonna tap like this because I want to be able to cast Thraxo Demon if I draw a land. Yeah, rip Mishra. Okay.
Yep.
Now,
cancel.
okay, how about
Blockers.
this? How about this?
That would have been so much better for the for that
Alright.
stupid worm.
The duality.
Yes, the duality here that you can't attack that. And then
You are never winning this.
Very sorry.
I'm not messing around. I could have like Powerstone fractured or our deck actually has some sizable removal. Like it's kind of like it's been a lot.
Disenchant.
Yeah.
Hey.
Powerstone fracture, arrest.
You know, like even our hand right now, you know, like okay, go for the throat, Powerstone fracture, corrupt. Like obviously, we did use it to kill a 5 toughness creature.
We did use it to kill a 5 toughness creature. I just miss Wolfpack Invocation. I love that card. Although I like Jaws of Stone the most.
Jaws of Stone is like a corrupt that like can kill your opponent or their board, which is always fun.
Mostly I just like the art on Jaws of Stone.
That just felt really
It's
cool.
you know, it does what it says.
Yeah. That entire cycle was really good. This set has a cycle like that, obviously. Corrupt is in here.
Yeah.
The red one is very funny. It's a 2-drop that has power equal to your mountains as long as you control 4 mountains, and it has 4 toughness. So, like, if you have 4 mountains,
And only during your turn.
Yeah, otherwise it's
So-
Kraken Hatchling.
No for.
Yeah, red Kraken Hatchling for 2.
Yeah.
But, like, having a 2-mana 4/4 attacker is very fun.
Like they keep making a cycle of cards to go with corrupt. They keep changing everything except corrupt.
They did
Corrupt,
reprint. They did reprint Blanchwood armor in this.
I love Blanchwood. It looks fine.
So I'm gonna
Wow,
be
Pixie
greedy,
Infiltrator.
right? Like,
You're gonna not
yes.
you're gonna wait and use the Evolving Wilds of the Infiltrator, or
yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have any need to do on 3.
right.
Anyway.
That's what I thought process. Like,
Ooh, tea timer. I could go
Blanchwood
for
and
some
Corrupt
tea.
are also the best in cycle. The white one's very
Wow.
good too. I would not discount the white one. The white one's like white sorcery, exile target creature whose mana cost is equal to or lower than the number of planes you have, and then they gain 3. But it's white, exile target creature, and can hit like, you know, easily hit 2 and 3 drop. You know, evasive creatures, problem bodies.
They should have printed Thran Golem as a common in this set.
Oh god, what was the card I wanted
Golem.
out of like really old prints in here? I said it a while ago. There was a card I thought was like really cool for. Oh my god! All right,
Are they mold to 5?
that's a mold of 5 on the play.
All right,
Yeah.
we got to play.
Argothian Sprite.
Very good
It's a
card.
fairy that can't fly.
It's also like has like a
It has the Argothian evasion.
explosion behind it. So I'm willing to 1-for-1 trade with our opponent, who is, you know, currently in.
Mechanized warfare.
It's anti-Urza's armor.
Do we need to worry about that?
Not yet. Do they want to take 3? They want to take 3.
I love that it's permanent, you know. Okay.
And this sad music. Nanomachines. War economy.
Oh my god.
No way.
Am I disenchanting a millstone? Thanks.
Yeah, they put our Dwinnins elite in the graveyard. I mean, if that's what they want to do at their turn, I think I'm willing to lose to Millstone is I guess what I'm willing to say here.
Fair. I'm willing to like just play bodies. That's what I'm after.
Yeah, let's. Like,
Also-
if we're gonna lose to Millstone,
So the thought process was, do I need to do this? Saying it out loud, checking my deck, seeing 27, and going,
no.
no.
Let's draw a land so that we can murder their ass.
The thing is a 3/3.
Well, I guess we just draw a card. Striped Bear.
I want to draw a Thraxodemon.
It's gonna be really nice if I can get like 3 or 4 off this. Take it. So, they can sack Millstone to keep their Strongbow alive. And the Strongbow currently mills for mills. Pings for 2.
Oh,
Mechanized Warfare.
see.
So,
They can kill our Phyrexian Rager.
it pings opponent, not any target.
Oh. Wow. He's doing this circus strongman pose, even though he's just like lifting a heavy thing.
It's like people. There's like 4 people there. Small child. Anyway, this gets rid of their only sack outlet, and there's... Yeah, they have nothing left, because
Now
obviously...
they have the goblin. That's the thing that works with their thing, right?
Yes.
You wanna
So
blast them?
specifically, the bowl can only sacrifice artifacts. Is that correct?
Yes, that is
Okay,
correct.
Sacrifice an artifact.
That is correct. They have no other... Alright, what do they mill? Warlord's Elite.
Yeah. I called it Dwinnins Elite earlier as a joke. I mean, we could just like... if we put the things on the Rager, it lives.
Yeah. Because of ordering. George! Holy crap! The speed,
Murder.
The speed on that kill. See, I was imagining it being like a slower, like, I'm fording the river and, like, you know, I tip over. But that was, like, just, like, lethal.
Hey,
It's our guy.
you're a guy.
It's Sardian Cliff Stomper.
So,
They're not
I
dead,
think
but
we
they're close to it.
attack.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My mind was like, all right, I play Rager, disenchant my own Rager, and that.
That's for next turn. Plus, we have the scrap work cohort already in play that we can disenchant to resuit.
Okay. You're ready to get tipped over your 1/1 drown, but your other has got to the other side.
So that opponent kind of mulliganed to 5 and played 2 cards that weren't creatures.
Correct.
They also played some weird cards in general.
So I think like I could see what they were going for. The goblin tells me, like,
Sack. Yeah.
There's a lot you can read into on a couple cards there. There's 3 big ones. Number 1, the 1-drop is like whenever a card is sacrificed, it gets I think +2/+0 in menace, something like that.
Mhm.
So that tells me they're heavy enough on like a sack theme that they think that's real. Number 2 was the red enchantment that was red 1, all your red creatures
your red's
and
your
artifacts
red's anti-Urza
+1.
armor. Yeah.
They push through harder. Okay, that means they're aggressive. Number 3 was
Millstone.
was the 4th 4 body, the one that wants mountains.
Yes, that's
That-
their
that-
heavy red.
That tells me they're heavy red, and then the millstone tells me they're a little hard up for playables.
The millstone is like, I did not find.
Because like they want stuff to sack, not
Mhm.
millstone. They
Yeah.
want, man, maybe they can use it to get like a
Yeah, maybe Millstone is just an artifact to sack that they're playing
Yeah.
over the 18th land.
correct. Like right, they wanted it to be a obviously an Ichor Wellspring, if not
Ichor
that,
Wellspring would have been
Elsewhere Flask, if
Yeah.
not that. any artifact will do. You just need
like
things to
work, Mishra's work desk or something.
Oh,
It's
man,
Yaya.
All
If
right.
they had the little like 1/2 guy, the clay golem.
That Evolving Wild just getting a planes, but this looks pretty all right.
This is a lot of removal.
You'll never be sad to have removal against Yaya the Planeswalker.
All right. The slot had like, yeah. This card.
Haywire Might.
Wild. This
card is
Urza's
so
Saga.
weird.
Target.
Target non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment.
Yep, and it just incidentally gains life. There are decks
So it
in
makes
Modern that are main decking 4 of those.
It makes the prison sentence a lot worse.
It means that we should probably just jam the prison sentence next turn on it.
Probably.
Or like do it on the sprite to force them to do it. Or we can play Maze Mind Tome.
No, because then they can eat it with the might.
Ah, right, yeah. So let's just prison sentence the Might.
To jail with you.
Let's just get this the hell out of here. We're going to... Let's do this
top,
yeah.
yeah.
We want the Rager first, but...
You are being sentenced for not paying your insect taxes.
Jail. Jail. 1,000 years jail.
I'm not familiar with this prison sentence. That does prevent abilities too, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Activate ability.
okay.
This is
It's
literally
arrest.
the card Arrest with Scry 2 on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's a rat drinking out of a bowl on the yard.
Interesting.
Key to the city. Ooh, that's a good card to draw.
Wow.
Wow. So Key to the City is like untap, draw a card.
Yeah, when it untaps, you may pay 2 draw.
Yeah.
One of the... So, we can't block with the Rager on the Sprite. That's okay. I'm just looking to, like, get through our deck. They're going to use the key to filter, and if that... Because they missed a land drop. So, they're very clearly in, like, yep, they're in a bad way. They need to... So they have to spend 2 to draw an extra card while discarding it. This was just a loot.
Key to the City was such a weird card, especially for the set that it was in. This was in Ixalan 2.
Wasn't this in, No, wasn't this in
It was not in New Estrad.
Aether Revolt Kaladesh? Was this Kaladesh?
I thought it was Ixalan 2. I'll look it up. Because that was like the city, right?
I thought it was Kaladesh. I mean, it might have been a reprint in there, but I thought it was in Kaladesh first.
You were right. It's
Original printing
Kaladesh.
Kaladesh.
What am I thinking of? There was something like that that was in Ixalan 2. I don't know. Let's Maze Mind Tome. Let's make their card look very, very bad.
Yeah. Nice 2-mana draw. I'd probably go for the throating this because we're holding enough removal to, like, do that. And I don't want to start letting my life total get low when our opponent has a way to unblockable creatures. I might wait a little bit longer on it, but not too much.
Phyrexia, New Phyrexia, and Kaladesh have a lot in common because they're both artifacts-themed sets that have really parasitic, counter-based game mechanics that nobody likes.
Okay, what I want from them is I want them to use the Key to the City one more time to filter draw. I want them to play, like, a creature that has 2 or less power.
And then we will slurp.
Wow, Gaia's Gift. And then we'll just eat their lunch. The hope is I want to eat your lunch. I would like your lunch, please.
Magic sets and places are kind of like Pokemon. Everyone is someone's favorite, right?
Yeah.
True. With the like.
There were energy cards I liked. I just wanted to be mean to energy.
It is always morally correct. I can't believe it.
They can eat our Maze Mind Tome.
Interesting.
They should probably do it right away.
They should probably do it right away. Yeah.
And then we draw a card. Yeah, we draw a card.
They could have eaten the arrest so that they can unlock the other haywire I might do.
That would gain them more life.
Oh, I don't have to do the
thank
Gix's
God.
command play. I
Anymore,
can just
yeah,
disfigure
right.
this idiot.
This figure.
This lets me leave up a ton of removal.
Was Commune with Aether one of the most weirdest cards to ever get banned ever?
Yeah, they'll like lay of the land or whatever.
Lay of the land to get an energy.
I love our position. This is just removal the hand.
Yeah.
They have 3 cards in hand. They were fishing for
I'd be a
land.
lot happier with
One
just
more
a
threat.
little more action.
I think I'm just going to use Gix's command to kill this and +2. I think that's... I could go for the throat it, but I kind of want to push my clock. We don't have any creatures. No, none. Okay. So 2 and edict.
Meetings will continue until morale improves.
This one. I've been playing too much spell slingers where like generally
It auto.
you cannot target like your own stuff. Like all the damage spells are like damage to an enemy. And so it's weird coming back to regular magic and things can just target whatever.
Oh, let's attack.
Yeah, we're attacking. Do
We
it.
won't have a trick, will we? We just want to trade so that we can unearth our rager. Okay.
They've seen through our clever ruse.
Indeed.
I mean, in that case, I just get punched in the mouth. We could play a Powerstone engineer. Start working up towards our corrupt.
Yeah. I mean, again, Corrupt Their Face is one of the reasons I want to play Corrupt, is because, like, that is unknown. It's
Even if they like have Jack all to do next turn, they
Surprise.
can still Oh, these things grow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably...
They're recluse.
You can't possibly think that's correct.
Ah, they are the aggro they have decided. You can corrupt their spider and then attack for 6. Or we can kill their guy, attack for 6. If we draw a swamp, they're dead.
Correct. You found my line. If that doesn't happen, I'll Powerstone Fracture one of the two. Sure.
Ding dong. Do we fracture one of them just so that we don't surprise die?
That's why I'm doing it. We would die to like a pump spell. I don't want that. I don't want giant growth killing my ass. Especially like way to become unblockable.
Yeah.
Here it's 2 4/4s, both are lethal threats. If they play a blocker that doesn't have enough toughness, we can just kill that.
We're also drawing a swamp.
Okay, they go ahead and loot away their forest, but that does, you know, that cuts
Yeah.
them off. In my mind, I want like tap low for a corruptible target, or just draw the swamp.
Yaya is in the tank.
Yeah, they're thinking about like kill spell here. They have some sort of interaction at us. They're just wondering how to use it.
Yeah, and they have to kill the elite because killing the Rager is Oh, the Crusher.
Okay.
What does that do?
When it attacks, give +2, or plus X.
Okay.
Dead.
The answer.
Anyway, this is why we play Corrupt, everybody. This right here, that's the reason I play Corrupt.
The Slurp. We
Because,
play Lava Axe.
because every deck needs a dragon, and that's our dragon.
Hmm.
we also have a dragon.
Indeed. We also, we have like, we have a shade which is like a dragon.
Oh, that's my favorite Yakuza game.
Oh my god, if they mited into the might, they wouldn't have died.
Well, no, if they had mited into the might, we would have been able to activate Maze
On
Mind
the turn
Tome
they
another
did
time.
that, they didn't have
Yeah.
2 green up. They only
Yeah,
had
they
one.
only won.
So they would have been like, we would be an extra card deep. I don't know.
It
the
changes too
branching
much.
universe is pretty hard to predict from
Especially because I can also just cast Gix's command and wipe that.
Yeah.
And then they never kill my Maze Mind Tome, and if they didn't kill the Maze Mind Tome, that game's over. But it is true. If they had somehow killed their, if they had a removal spell and killed their own like might in response, now that's hardcore movement. This next sweet
If they had done that, then we would have
attack.
arrested the Argothian sprite. This is card.
This is
Well-
fine. I like seeing Revenant Foundry. So like we have this sort of like blocking bit. We have Prospector to get big, which also benefits our Revenant because the Power Stones can be used there.
Mountain. Hero Mountain.
And we're sitting on a removal spell if we need to.
Tetradyne.
Yay!
Howdy.
Early in the
Yay!
game for one.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you for one. Every point matters.
Drawing our first pick. Although I'm not sure if Ashnod Altar would not have been cool in our deck.
Oh, Ashnod Altar like with this setup would be really funny because like
Pretty dumb.
Mm.
Oh, with our this setup with our infiltrator, like pay a black to put a counter on it.
So this has 2 mana pump fire breathing. The idea is that it's very good at Power Stone usage. Now this is funny. I'm gonna play Warlord's Elite,
I wanted Warlord's Elite to die.
and we're going to use it to tap Foundry Inspector, even though it's the better creature. It's not one I'm putting in combat next turn. I'm
Yeah.
putting this in combat next turn. So even though like I'm using my bigger resource, that is the reason. Okay, opponent has
What is flying
flying
creatures?
creatures problems. All
And our
right,
and their artifacts for our goons for the throat. Okay.
all right. Let's
That means we need to press back. We can. Yeah.
happy to have this die
Yes.
because Puppeteer can rebuy it.
Earth.
I'll have Revenant die if they unearth. But yeah, our current problem is actually our removal isn't lining up. Oh shit, that's this has to die to go for the throat.
That's fine. We have it.
If you've
We
not read
Kayla-
Yeah.
If you've not read this card, oh, that's bad.
Well, let's murder her and then play cohorts. We can bash. Oh
They
no.
had it, damn it. They left up. They didn't pump, so I knew they still had a. But like, I have to try that. Okay, so this can discard their hand to draw that many cards, and you might think, well, that's not a lot. Then it puts a 1, 2, and a 3 drop from those discard cards into play. This is currently indestructible. There's no reason to attack right now.
I guess technically we should have attacked first, but
Yeah, since Go for the Throat was an instant. we
Yeah.
should have. But we got so excited.
yeah, we got excited about killing that lady, so. They might not need to activate it.
So our arrest is one of our better draws. Corrupt is pretty good too. Dino
I'd like
Rhino is
Gix's
fine.
command. I think if we're just tutoring from the deck, I want Gix's
4,
command.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can play both.
Yeah.
No, we can't play both.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
the
I
cost
thought for sure.
reduction.
I thought for sure they weren't going to put that in combat. I
Well?
wanted to rep more tricks rather than tapping low. Guess that's on me. Commit to it anyway. We need the bodies. This game ends in one turn or two. Like,
Because we can start full court pressing.
we need Gixes off the top to wrath their board.
Ah, that's why they
Ah, okay. I now understand why they were willing to throw away one of their
Okay.
best creatures.
This is a classic. We're just gonna die to flyers.
Yeah. This one had a couple small misplays by me that added up on damage too. If we had gone to
Even
combat.
without those misplays, we just couldn't beat 3 flyers.
Yeah, that's the actual problem. Is they would have like, I don't know what our current board state does about this.
There's a little bit play draw even.
Nah, like they have enough like bodies where like even if we were one turn up, like we're still not killing them.
So we're dead in the air.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a couple mistakes on my end that added up. Obviously the plow pre-combat. I really didn't think they were going to be trading off the queen, but I guess I'm valuing the queen way higher than they were. They were valuing it as I mean, when I tried to go for the throat, that clearly shows how highly I was valuing it. When probably their hand had like no bodies they cared about, right? Like they weren't going to loot. Their hand was like still really good.
They didn't need much.
Their hand was
like,
probably the like protection spell, then refurbish, and they're like, well,
whatever, cool. So
get our Foundry Inspector off the table. Thopters.
Evasion, it's good.
Actually, that's a weird thing. There's no Thopter tokens this time.
There are Thopter tokens in this set.
I didn't see any.
There's like a blue card that dies and you get a Thopter.
Yep. There's
She does something else.
Hey, this looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm liking this.
Great. Oh, Gixian Puppeteer Maze Mind Tome. It's happening.
Here we go.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, we can actually do, and our Infiltrator. Yeah, the Powerstone guy's better.
Right.
I like our opponent's name.
Draw a card.
Get him, Infiltrator.
Yeah, we're just going aggressive.
Hikers.
Blue.
Here it is.
That one, yeah.
This card
Thopter
right
mechanic.
here.
Earth. Just make a 4/4 here.
Oh yeah.
Or do we make the Maze Mind Tome?
I want best body.
Make Biggest Man, a classic.
Draw a card, Evil Twin. Malmeth, thanks for the sub. Oh, I missed Anthony Grunstrom's sub as well. Thank you both. They're gonna bounce this. Oh, Weak Stone Subjugation full pay. Cool. I can sack that for stuff.
You know, eventually.
No, are they going to
not,
put back?
not immediately, but
Okay, time to tome it up. Unless you want to attack and emergency weld.
I'm forcing them to make the trade I want.
Ooh.
That's the 3/3 flash flying. Make a Power Stone. I forget what it's called.
No,
Never mind.
It's
It's Mishra's Juggernaut. Mm-hmm.
This is what Juggernauts do. that land might be fine. We can still scrapwork Ranger next turn.
Oh, we
that
can.
land.
Yeah. Actually,
that-
no, that's
that
good with
pumps our guy.
Infiltrator. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll actually give us a block on the Juggernaut. Yeah, this is good.
The Powerstone changes that math a lot. Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah. The Juggernaut has to attack.
What do they have?
Yeah, what do they have?
Oh my god.
They're attacking right into our onboard trick.
Oh, Riot Piker.
And of course, Infiltrator's cool. This does trample for a bit.
Yeah, who cares? We have a Corrupt and a Maze Mine.
If they have a bounce spell, that's probably their best.
And a Gixian Puppeteer. Which ones you play?
I get to play Gixie and Puppeteer and then draw a card
Yeah.
immediately.
Ward, pay 2 life. I can't believe they made Guy better.
Oh no.
No, don't
No.
counter it.
Hey! They
Then
were
we
just reading.
Then we draw on our turn.
Behold.
Yeah! We did it!
We did it, everybody. Everybody, we did it, everyone.
did it.
All right, patting ourselves on the back.
Draw 2. By the way, this card's very good. Draw 2, discard, make a Powerstone.
Yeah. Catalog is a spell that you can put words on to make better.
Spotter Doctor. Yikes.
Scry
That's
4, huh?
It's close to a dead creature. We can corrupt it soon-ish.
Yeah. Hopefully we can just draw on
We
like
don't
removal.
currently have enough swamps to do that.
Well, I said soon-ish.
4.
Also, we could just murder it.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, this is great. We get to sacrifice Warlord's Elite.
Yeah. Let's draw first.
Earth. It made sense to say Earth once, but now I just can't stop saying it.
It's okay. We all love it. It's my favorite planet, I think.
Not mine.
Truly.
Not mine is Saturn.
All right, here we go. We
Yeah.
get to attack with our Puppeteer for 4.
I can't survive on Saturn.
Ah, you can't.
No.
You have to get those bonus lungs installed. Mm.
So they have an Unearth of a Juggernaut as like a threat, but like, funnily enough, our deck contains life gain.
Yeah, we're gaining life.
Ain't that the truth?
Okay, this is a historically inaccurate dwarf.
Oh my god, yes!
Yes! 5/5.
Well,
We've made our creature bigger.
it gained a point of toughness, thanks. Okay,
And we
anyway,
can emergency weld it.
so I'm
That's
going to
sickening. That is so sickening.
I'm going to emergency weld, and we're going to pick up Puppeteer.
And we'll have just enough to pop our last card off me.
Ha! We did it!
We did it, everybody.
We drained like 8 life with this fool.
You're about to gain even more life with our
And
maze
we were
mine,
going to go to
too.
21 on that activation, so...
That's kind of what I said when I urged you to pick this, right? Like it works better than you might think.
Yeah, the big thing with it is that, like, as we see, just a little bit of talking as we just see our cards we have, like Rager, Tome, Thraxodemon, we have a number of ways of getting that second card, which makes it. But then just the piloted Shredder aspect, the
piloted
the
Shredder
4/3 that gets Millhouse Manastorm. I don't know. That's pretty good.
Yeah, the
I always felt pretty good when Manastorm came out of my piloted Shredder, but
Shredder. My favorite one to get out of Shredder was the Overload Totem. But
that was always a good one.
But yeah, I believe in Gixian Puppeteer as piloted Shredder. I don't know how much I believe in the first sentence unless you have the Thraxidemon.
I believe in it as like an incidental thing, especially because Rager is such like an easy way to do it a couple times, right? Like,
Yeah, but you gotta have like those. Maze Mind Tome is not an actual.
no. This is two rares comboing to be dumb. Which our deck has a couple of that going on.
Hey, sometimes Doomsayer coming out of Shredder won you the game.
Can't get Doomsayer, not a real Shredder. This is one of those like combo pieces I was talking about when I was telling you about the format, where there's this like this or a non-token artifact is put to the grave or exile, which means like unearth on artifacts.
Yeah, there's a lot of kind of almost tortured seeming wordings in this set, specifically so there's not the feel bad moment with unearth.
Yeah. They didn't want to make it leaves play because that's way too strong but like this can power to the moon. Yeah, black is
Phyrexians like artifacts.
yeah.
Okay, well, we finally won a game without drawing our stupid 2/2. It's completely unreasonable.
Look, our deck had like extremely good rare, extremely good rare.
Whose side is that shade on? Because it's black, but it's not a Phyrexian. Is it fighting the Phyrexians?
In the ruins of Krug, only Anguish thrived.
Ah,
so I think
it was Krug.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that means for like sides in the war.
Krug was Urza's side. Because Urza married Krug lady that we failed to kill.
And so Krug, this is like an annoying ghost living in Krug. Like this is an aftermath.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet the Phyrexians just destroyed Krug. And there's not any other Krug cards.
What is that little green thing on the side supposed to be?
That's his lunch. It's a corn on. It's a corn in the husk.
One bite out of the corn. Yeah. Look at that big mouth. Like you can see that. Look at that huge open mouth. Chomp.
It's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime,
boys. Yeah, Fall of Krug is a card. It's one of the worst.
It won't show up in this set.
That's the thing that's like 6 mana.
Stone
destroy
Rain.
A land. 1 damage to creatures. 3 damage to opponent.
Yes. Let's see if we can open one in the pack so we can talk about Krug or
Urza, Lord Protector.
Yeah, this is Flip Urza.
I don't like that they printed an Urza Planeswalker card because it broke with the previous establishment that the cards that actually were Planeswalker cards were pre-minting Planeswalkers. Post-minting Planeswalkers.
I'm okay with it because it's not a playable card. Like if it had a mana, not playable.
I know what you mean,
but like it might not be. I don't know. But like the fact that it is such a huge ask to get to Urza Planeswalker is what makes it cool to me.
Okay.
But they printed the pre-minting Planeswalkers in supplemental sets. They don't count.
I think I know of a way to get you to like Urza Planeswalker.
How do I like Urza Planeswalker? I would like him if he was the head.
No, what we do, we go play that game that we were playing before, right?
Enchanted Arms?
Enchanted Arms?
No, not Enchanted Arms. The Magic Simulator that's like
Forge?
And we and for some reason they have Urza Planeswalker as a card that you can get.
Cascade.
And then we
Electro Dominance or whatever.
Yes.
By the way, if you want another Buster Unlimited, here's Helm of the Host.
Helm of the Host.
These mythics,
9 mana win the game.
There's a number of mythic that are like that, which I don't mind in the sense that there's already dumb mythics like right here that are win the game, but it does suck to see like, look, at some point we're gonna die to a worm coil, right? We have to die to a worm coil.
Yeah. I'm surprised we didn't, considering I showed up.
I was
somehow I think with our removal we might have been okay on a worm coil. We just arrest the worm coil.
Arrest it and move on.
That doesn't look like an ape to me. It looks like a frog. Unleash Shell.
Unleashed Shell's a good card name.
Should
Thramp.
definitely have like Teenage
Fran
Mutant
Spider.
Ninja Turtle altars.
This one's neat.
Yeah.
It gives both players a Power Stone, which obviously, like, I like cards with drawbacks like that. That makes them interesting. Like, your opponent might have ways to use it, they might not. But it's very above rate for ramp.
Well, let's be real. They almost certainly have ways to use it.
Yeah, but the
Right,
card
and
itself,
in limited, like,
In
the card
limited-
itself
in
can
limited-
use the
in
Power
limited,
Stone
yes.
it makes, though.
But this is a card that, like, you might think of wanting to do some sort of constructed play with. Obviously, because, you know, it's cheap enough, it's ramp, it might get you up to something that's more playable up at the top. Your Power Stones tap for mana. Combat Thresher is incredible.
Yeah, this card's a beating.
oh, I know what card they should have put in this set. The Mox Monkey.
Wait,
It would be
Ristic,
horrible.
Ristic Brain?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Mind's Eye was is a reprint from Mirrodin block.
But yeah, they should have put in Mox Monkey, Gorilla Shaman.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just
It's the best possible thing to open, but it's too
original
boring.
hateful include.
Putting Gorilla Shaman into Modern would be really big. Yeah, third class Iconoclast proves that Mishra's Bauble is a broken card. Because you can make young Pyromancer go from unplayable to very good just by making it work with Mishra's Bauble.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and here's our other
With
side.
Mishra.
This is like 5 mythics I've
Named
opened.
by Gix.
So the Mishra is very strong in the sense that the front is Hellrider without haste.
Yeah.
Which, you know, obviously that means you play Mishra and you attack with all your other creatures. If you ever get to attack with Mishra Lost to Phyrexia, I think your opponent just dies on the spot.
Yeah.
Like,
But if you just have Dragon Engine in your deck, you're
Yeah.
already doing pretty good.
yeah, we did get to see over the weekend. We got to see an opponent who played out the Dragon Engine and then used the Fauna Shaman they played on 2 to tutor for Mishra. It was just like rare mythic, just back to back to back to back. Won a game where Mishra Lost to Phyrexia attacked you 3 times. Was that a game of limited? Because I'm talking about a 20 life. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, no, weird how when you have 40 life you can survive the card.
Yeah, it was engaged. What's our last one? Mishra, the little one. That's not JM Daytona. Brotherhood's End. This is a good card.
That is something that I don't like about the set. I know that this is supposed to be like the Brothers' War, and probably their one chance to print multiple Urza and Mishra cards. But I really think that it's disruptive to have like the same guy twice. And they're different, and one of them like
If they're gonna
bonds
go
with something, and it's like, what the heck?
if they're
is
gonna
going
go
on?
about it the way that they did, I think is like they have 3 different time scales, and they each kind of have like a this Mishra and the early Urza both have a loot and have a discard artifact ability. Like they kind of have a little bit of mirroring going on. Oh, and standard. Okay, I thought you were talking about EDH. I was like, okay. Yeah, I do, but I get what you mean. I've made that mistake myself like 2 or 3 times where I'm like, oh, it's the Melders, and it's like, no, it's not. I'm like, oh, oh, it's the Pompers. Oh, like that sort of thing.
And and there's already other ways to do that. You can give like important characters multiple cards for like spells that they cast and events they do, and that they did that too.
But
which is the good way of doing it, I think.
I think if they're gonna do it, this is like
this is the set where they do it.
Like,
like
I hope like
it's like having the Dragons of Tarkir and not have that many dragons. It just has every card say dragon on it. This is the Brothers War set, and instead of just having all the cards say brother on them, they have brothers in the cards. Here they are.
I think it's something that they basically have no other place that they would ever use this, right? Like the only other time I think that you would ever do this would be like if we were doing that thing where we had like a core set based around a character. Do you remember when we had like a Chandra core set and a Teferi core set?
Yeah.
But even in that, we only had like one Chandra and one.
No, there was a
We had
the
a.
Chandra one. There was like a vertical cycle.
Oh,
There was
There
a
was-
big Chandra, and then there was like flip Chandra, and then there
Mhm.
was
Well,
like
There was like an uncommon Chandra.
So okay, so the same kind of idea here. This card's
Brotherhood's End is a good card.
This card-
Which
Yeah.
I also didn't like that, by the way. I thought
Ah.
I thought having 3 Chandras was too much.
Well, if it makes you feel better, there's no core sets anymore.
No, I love that part.
Okay,
I
uncommon, rare, mythic, and I thought did Teferi do that? I think it was just no. With Teferi, they just printed 20 different Teferis with different arts, right?
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking
There-
of like.
I think there was only 2, or if there even were 2.
But anyway, Brothers War. I am really excited and really have a lot of fun with this set because there's like a lot of wiggle room in what you can do. It feels like both out of opponents and us.
Wait, is he holding the Staff of Domination?
That's a staff.
It looks like Staff of Domination.
You could make the argument, but I don't think so.
Staff of Domination was from Mirrodin, right?
Yes.
He borrowed it from
Um,
Karn, who doesn't exist.
Yeah, so like this format, as a limited format compared to some of the others where, I mean, New Capenna felt really solved after a
it's
couple
very
times and
funny.
got stale, for instance. Whereas this one, it seems like cannot become stale because there's all this weird, wacky stuff that can sometimes happen.
One of the fun things, we're only a week in right now, but one of the fun things I did enjoy seeing, looking,
20 subs from Nick Cimarron.
Exemeron, thank you very much for the 20 subs, which I will, once I finish my thought, I will thank you all here, because I will forget the thought if I don't. It's only been a week in, so it's early data, but one of the things I really liked seeing was I was looking at, like, 17 Lands is a site that has, like, data pulled from a ton of drafts on pick orders and win percentages. And, like, if you looked at it for New Capenna, it was like, here's all the white and blue cards. Like, great, you did it. You know, and here's, you know, it's every white common, every white uncommon, every, you know, like that level. If you take a look at the like top like 7 cards at uncommon, it's Go for the Throat, the O-Ring that makes a Power Stone, Obstinate Baloth, Lava Coil that hits walkers, and then there was a blue card as like the 5th there. It was all 5 like colors represented at high pick orders rather than just like, oh, it's white and all that. Which I hope that sticks. I hope it is something that like there's a good balance to. All right, now I can thank Nick Themron. Congrats to Grimmith Hazard, Blazing Blade, Geist, Dr. Science, Z Ace, Golkarnik, Garrix 22, born in the year 1922, Antler Noodle, MC Subtle, Celestial Nonsense, Bob Egg 26, born in the year 1926, 8 Escape, MDC's T, Jolly Flying Man, Specker, Power Flapjack, the Hat Swordsman, Webs the Web, and Dev Sis L. Thank you very mush for the subs. I appreciate it. Phyrexian Baloth? Ooh, what if they made a Phyrexian Baloth? No,
They should have made a
Phyrexian
Phyrexian Baloth.
We do have a Phyrexia set coming up. Maybe they could make a Phyrexian Baloth there. But yeah, Obstinate Baloth at uncommon, by the way. That's weird. That's a high pick. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you for joining Gnomebitten and Kaz. I appreciate it a lot.
I'm
Yeah,
Gnomebitten.
I think we did a bang up job, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, thank you.
And I learned that I'm preeminent. I didn't know that before.
Yeah.
The preeminent Kaz.
Preeminent Kaz.
Thank
Everybody
you.
in the chat, let's give a round of applause for the preeminent Kaz.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gesturing towards him,
Yep.
although I don't know if I'm gesturing in the right direction.
Thank you to Doc for the raid and everyone who showed up from there. If you want to catch more, you can always follow us, see when I go live. I end up doing streaming 7 Central on weekdays, 2 Central on Sunday. Got a wide variety of things that I do, but it's very consistent on what day it happens on. For instance, Morrowind Multiplayer Monday is on Monday.
Morrowind multiplayer Monday.
Whereas Dragon Warrior Wednesday is on Wednesday. That sort of thing. So, no Thursday stream this week, and probably not a Friday one. If there might be there might be a Friday one depending on like when my Thanksgiving stuff ends. If it is, it'll be a Slay the Spire thing. but nothing on Thursday, so no more live alive until next week. Yeah, thank you all for joining. I hope you all had a fun time. I know I'm enjoying this limited set, and I'm going to keep trying to fit more drafts of it in, just so we can see, like, one of the things about it that one of the last things that's also really nifty about it is that that artifact slot, that like uncommon, that like old artifact slot, can make for some really wacky decks. You know, we didn't pick Ashnod's Altar, and I do want. Obviously, we had a really fun deck without it, but I wonder what it would have been like, right? Would you know, with a deck that goes wild with that, or you know, sometime if we end up seeing, we had a Charbelcher earlier, so
I don't know how much I believe in Goblin Charbelcher.
the one activation we got on it was 10 damage. It was sweet. All right. Anyway, thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.
Night.